Ag Network.
Welcome back for today's Farm and Ranch News. Looking at the latest cattle on feed numbers, inventories were reported 5% below year-ago levels, coming in at 11.2 million head as of May 1st, decreasing from April. Placements during April were down 22% compared to 2019 at 1.43 million head. And even with the lowest marketings on records, they still outpaced placements. Those marketings total 1.46 million head, 24% below 2019 though. While the on-feed population is sharply lower than last year as expected in the wake of COVID, CattleFax says that the inventory is obviously front-end loaded with the backlog of fed cattle. The placed against whole will present, though, an opportunity to help the industry to work through the backlog in the coming months. But aggressive slaughter will be necessary as the backlog is estimated to be roughly comparable to the total decline in placements. Looking to other news now, USDA's crop progress numbers are out, and for here in Montana, planting of sugar beets is almost complete with an estimated 96% of the crop planted. Barley planted is wrapping up with an estimated 90% of the crop in the ground, while spring wheat was reported at 92% complete, which is ahead of the previous year and 5-year average at 79%. Winter wheat was reported with around 12% of the crop booted with statewide conditions. Those conditions were rated at 80% good to excellent compared to 74% this time last year. Well, we'll have more coming up next. COVID-19 pandemic has sure changed the way shoppers fill their grocery needs. Throughout the pandemic, the Food Marketing Institute has been tracking consumer trends and charting how shopping behaviors are changing. While it's uncertain how the trends will continue, the pandemic will permanently change consumer buying habits. Since the pandemic, about 21% of Americans have tried online shopping for the first time. 8% have returned and 19% are continuing to buy those groceries online. Very interesting results there. And before we go today, don't forget that Farm Service Agency has begun accepting applications for the Coronavirus Food Assistance Program. That began on Tuesday of this week. Applications will continue to be accepted until August 28th, 2020. Now, when I was home branding this weekend, I got a lot of questions from folks about the livestock payment portion eligibility. Well, CattleFax has provided a great infographic to explain eligibility, and payment rates for cattle will be broken into two classes: inventory already sold and inventory on hand. Now, this means it applies for fed cattle, feeder cattle, stockers, as well as calves and breeding stock. Payments for inventory sold between January 15th and April 15th, 2020 will be paid at a higher rate. For owned but unsold inventory, producers will be paid for their highest inventory of each type of livestock between April 16th and May 14th, 2020. For example, a cow-calf producer that has finished calving by May 14th will be eligible for payment on all cows plus calves. Again, more information can be found by contacting your local FSA office, where they can also help you fill out that application. That's today's Farm and Ranch News.